Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I have with me my specially invited guest, Azzy. It's gonna be the two of us today. She's gonna accompany me in this video because I need to keep an eye on her because it's just the two of us. So if you hear any cooing, any rattles, shaking or anything, it's just Azzy there doing her thing. So today we will be talking about 10 things that you should know about postpartum. I know postpartum is a period where a lot of women, it's like a upward, downward, it's a whirlwind of emotions, of different experiences and everything. So I would just like to give you 10 things that I've noted about my postpartum period that I would like to share with you. So come along and enjoy. Hey there, I'm Shamaine.
And I'm Rashad.
And we're the Prospers. So like I said, today we'll be speaking about postpartum, 10 things that you should know about the postpartum period. So these things would not be true for everyone because everybody's experience is different. So just note that you can take from it what you want, you can add to it what you like. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to drop them below in the comment section. So the first thing that you should know is that during this postpartum period, especially immediately after giving birth, you would experience a lot of swelling and bloating. So for me, my feet would triple the normal size. And at first I was so concerned about it. My face was superly bloated, my hands were still swollen, and even in my midsection I was still swollen. And what my OBGYN explained to me is that you're gonna experience a lot of water retention. All this water and excess water that you've accumulated during the pregnancy, the body is still trying to get rid of it. So you're gonna experience that swelling of the feet and the hands, and it will take at least a week or two for it to gradually reduce and to go away. So for me, in about 2 weeks, my swelling was gone and I was back to my normal my normal size and everything, right? So number two, that snapback thing that everybody speaks about isn't always a thing, and it's not true for everyone. You know, when you just give birth, even a couple hours or days after, you still look as if you're still 9 months pregnant. Yes, you passed out the baby. Yes, you passed out the placenta. Yes, you passed out all the amniotic fluid. But it takes at least a year for you to get back to normal. That is at least for most women, right? So I am now 2 months postpartum and I still look like I'm 2 months pregnant. Not 2 months, but 4 months pregnant, right? So your uterus is gonna take at least 10 to 12 days to shrink back to its normal size. But that size, that big bloating, that big as if the baby's still in the belly, is still going to be there. Give yourself grace. You're not going to go back to your flat belly right away. Remember, it was 9 months of weight gain, 9 months of carrying a whole baby, and it's not going to happen overnight. So it's going to take time for you to go back to normal. So I went from pre-pregnancy, I was weighing at least 130 pounds, and by the end of the pregnancy, I was up to 190 pounds. So you see how much weight I had gained during the pregnancy. Some women only gain 20 pounds. So for medically speaking, the normal weight gain for during pregnancy is between 20 to 30 pounds. A lot of us, we don't fit within that 20 to 30 pound weight gain. It depends on your lifestyle before pregnancy. It depends on your body composition before pregnancy. So for me, I was on a strict vegan diet, and I was also, like I said in my previous videos, gluten-free. So then coming into pregnancy and going back to a regular diet, eating everything, my weight just spiked. And immediately after birth, I did not weigh myself. I did not even have time to weigh myself. In the couple of weeks after birth, I did not weigh myself. So when I was around 6 weeks pregnant, I had a checkup with my OBGYN, and I stepped on the scale and I was down to 162 pounds. So I think that came from baby's weight, from the weight of the uterus, the weight of the placenta, the amniotic fluid, everything that I passed out. And it's going to take a while and take work to get back to that 130 pounds. I will never get back there. And I must say this, give yourself grace. God has just granted you and given you this gift of bringing forth a life, and just enjoy it. The weight, when you're ready to lose the weight, you will. And I must say this, you may have to put in a bit of work. You may have to diet, and when I say diet, eat a healthy diet. And one thing that I've learned is that I'm not going back on these vegan things unless highly necessary, but I'm just going to eat a balanced diet, a bit of everything in moderation, and enjoy life. Life was meant to be enjoyed and not to be restricted, especially when it comes to your food consumption. Me, I'm a foodie. I love food. So yes, I'm going to eat a healthy diet, and I'm also going to gradually reincorporate exercise into my diet, into my lifestyle. So I started doing light workouts on mornings, just 20 minutes of low impact workout, and give yourself grace. I think the younger you are, your snapback period and that snapback phenomenon is highly more probable, right? But the later on in life, when you have pregnancy, say over 25 or so on, that snapback thing is highly unlikely, right? And it takes time for you to get back down to your regular or your normal size. So always remember that. So point number 3, I have my point here with me. Dry skin. So one thing that I have realized is that I'm experiencing chronic dry peeling skin on my midsection, and this is due to the stretching and everything that occurred during the pregnancy, and your skin went through a lot. And it's going to take quite a bit of work for it to get back to normal. Yes, you're going to have your stretch marks, but that dry skin, you have to take care of it, right? You have to moisturize at least 2 to 3 times a day. And sometimes when you're moisturizing 2 to 3 times a day, it still appears so dry, but it doesn't happen overnight. I use my Palmer's cocoa butter, and I just continually rub it throughout the day on that dry midsection. Trust me, it is bad. And I've done my research, and I've realized that a lot of women, they have experienced and they are experiencing that dry skin, right? Point number 4 is the postpartum shedding. I have not yet experienced it, but based on my interaction with other women, they would say that when postpartum, when they started combing their hair and they realized that big chunks of their hairline or the middle of the hair was coming out in their hand. I'm still early in my postpartum journey, and I'm praying that this does not happen to me. But I realize that it's happening, but in small amounts, right? And one thing that I would say is that you have to now incorporate your protective styling to help to combat this postpartum shedding. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to wash my hair, I'm going to shampoo it, I'm going to deep condition it, and then I'm going to put them in twists, some 2-strand twists, to help to protect and retain my growth and retain my length, to help to combat this postpartum shedding. And a lot of things. One more thing is that women think that these tight braiding and so on helps to protect your hair during your postpartum period, but I think it adds to the shedding, the pulling, the tightness of the braids on the scalp and everything. I don't think it helps. So try to wear your natural hair as much as possible. So the styles that I would recommend would be like your 2-strand twists, your finger coils, and your wash and goes. These low manipulation, very low manipulative styles on your hair would really work. So that's it. So point number 5, increased appetite. Oh my gosh, I think I am eating more now postpartum than I was during the pregnancy. Why is this? This is because now that you are breastfeeding, and in breastfeeding you are consuming a lot of calories. Let's say you lose at least 500 to 700 calories per day while breastfeeding, and that's why a lot of women, they would tell you that they had a lot of weight loss postpartum while breastfeeding, because breastfeeding helps to burn calories, and when you burn these calories your metabolism increases, so then your body needs to put back in this amount of calories that it has lost. So now you are hungry all of the time, and I'm craving salty stuff, so I would eat like chips. I love what do you call it? Cornados, right? I love the ranch cornados, salty stuff. That's what I'm craving for. So now more than ever is when I need to focus on eating a balanced diet and not consuming too much sodium. So I'm trying to buy as much vegetables as I can, eat a lot of salads, a lot of wraps, so as to put all that nutrients that I need in my body, because baby needs these nutrients, and avoid the junk food during breastfeeding, because remember, you're not only alimenting yourself, you're feeding your baby as well through your breast milk. And remember, avoid alcohol during your breastfeeding journey, because the alcohol is also released in the breast milk, and we do not want to give any sort of alcohol to our babies, right? So avoid alcohol during your breastfeeding journey. The next one is the moodiness. So my gosh, the mood swings 1 minute and it's because your body still has this surge of hormones because of the pregnancy. You just pushed out a baby, or you had a C-section, but still you were pregnant and your body has not yet gone back to its regular, hormonal levels. So you still are going to have this moody period. So one day I'm energetic, I want people around me, I want to go out, and then the next day I don't want to see anybody around me. I just want to be home in my house. Sometimes I just want to stay home for days on end in my house with myself and Azzy. Sometimes I don't even want Rashad around me. That's how bad it is sometimes. So just tell him, babe, sit outside and please just leave me in here. The other night I told him, babe, I am not in the mood to talk. Don't ask me any questions. Just leave me for a while, please. And when I realize that I'm going into that phase, I always warn him. I'm saying, babe, I'm going to be highly sarcastic. I'm going to be highly moody. Please, just bear with me 1 minute. Don't respond to me if I snap back at you. And he has been very, very understanding. So that moodiness, you may still experience it in your postpartum period. The other one, separation anxiety. This one is a hard one for me because I spend most of my days with Azzy, seeing that Rashad is working. So we are developing a bond. So whenever, especially friends or grandparents, they would come and say, send Azzy, we want to spend some time with her. I have tachycardia, I have palpitations. I'm like, oh God, what if something happens to my child? I need to be there to see my child. I don't want her to go from me. And sometimes it's so bad, it's really, really bad. And I have to remind myself, she will be okay. You have to learn to allow others to spend time with her. Yes, she will always be your daughter. She'll always come back to you. And I have to keep reminding myself about that. When she's out with anybody, I keep messaging, I keep calling. Is she okay? Have you fed her? Have you changed her? Sometimes it's bad and I just need to, Charmaine, it's okay. It is okay. It is okay. So I still experience it. I'm not going to lie. It's hard. It's really hard. You have been bonding with this person for 9 months. Plus now she's almost 2 months, almost a year, 11 months, right? So it's going to be hard to let go, hard to see her with other people, but you have to be patient with yourself and trust that, especially, if your in-laws and your parents are very, very dependable and careful, trust that your child will be, bless you, Azzy, bless you. Trust that your child will be in good hands. Okay, next point. The roller coaster libido. So during the pregnancy, I had very low libido, and postpartum, it's like a roller coaster, like I said before. It comes in surges. One time I have a high libido, I have a high sexual drive, and then the next minute, I don't want to be touched. I don't want Rashad around me, and I just have to get used to it. And a lot of the times we have to plan our intimate moments because I'm not always in the mood. One time I want it, next time I don't want it, and that's how it is. It's still, all of this is due to the surge of hormones, the hormonal imbalance, and everything that you're still going through. Your body has not yet gone back to normal, and all this is normal in your postpartum journey. So the next point is the breastfeeding, right? So I know for women, this breastfeeding and lactation journey it can be a hard one, because a lot of women, their milk supply is not much, and they have to supplement with formula. And I know I have spoken to persons where they're frustrated, but they only want to breastfeed for the first 6 months, like the nurses and the doctors recommend, and they're like, I'm not producing enough.
One thing that we have noted is that 53.7% of you guys who watch this channel are not subscribed. So with that, I'd just like to encourage you guys, if the content that we provide is something that you find of value, please, we definitely encourage you guys to subscribe and to follow along for more of the journey, all right?
And I want to say, as I always say, give yourself grace. Everybody's journey is different, and you're not going to have it like a textbook or a perfect breastfeeding experience. And if you are watching and you are experiencing that low milk supply, it's okay. I understand, and I know you want to only breastfeed exclusively. It is quite fine if baby needs a little top up of formula, or if baby only can take formula. Some babies even reject their mother's breast milk, and I know that's a very hard one. So in that case, mothers have to feed baby using Similac and artificial formula, and that is fine. That is completely fine. And then on the extreme end, like myself, where we over lactate, many nights I wake up and the bed below me is wet with breast milk. I have a letdown in my sleep, and I did not even realize. You have to change the sheets, you have to wake up, bathe, change your clothes, you have to wake up and pump, or you have to wake up and feed baby. It can be very tedious, but one thing that I remind myself is this is all part of the journey. Sometimes I am out and I would have pumped before I leave. I try to, whenever I'm going out for an extended period of time, I try to pump right before leaving, or feed baby from the breast right before leaving. And then like 5 to 6 hours later, I'm having a letdown in front of people. People are like, your clothes is wet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is happening. So what I tend to do, I tend to walk with an extra, like a change of clothes or an extra bra, so that I can feed baby. And I must say this, some women, and a lot of us, we thought that postpartum we'll be able to go back to our, sexy lace panties and our nice cup bras and strapless bras. That is not the case. I would tell you this, that is not the case. That is not the case at all. So for me, I have to continually wear my high-waisted underwear, granny underwear, but make sure that it's fitted, to keep everything in the midsection intact. And your breastfeeding bras, you have to wear them almost everywhere you go, because when I'm out with the baby and I have not had enough, like I'm out for an extended period of time once again, and her supply of milk that I brought is done, you have to take off that shirt or whatever you have and breastfeed baby. And you want to know that you have on a bra or clothing that will allow you to breastfeed. And sometimes in public, I take the risk and I put on my, your strapless bra, your cup bra, and then you put on a top or a dress that doesn't allow you to breastfeed freely. I have to go probably in the vehicle or find a room and undress myself and take off my bra and feed baby. It can be really inconveniencing. That's why I try to wear my breastfeeding bra and at least tops that allow me to pull down one side or dress that allow me to pull down one side and breastfeed accordingly. That's the new life. And it's not forever, you know, it will go back to normal after, and I keep reminding myself that it's just for a time. So the last thing I must say is you will still experience a level of contractions postpartum, right? Why is this? This is because as baby sucks on the breast, as baby breastfeeds, right, your body, your uterus is going to release hormones that's going to cause your uterus to shrink, and as your uterus shrinks, you're going to feel those contractions. Okay baby, okay baby. So you're going to experience a cramping as your uterus shrinks as baby sucks on your breast. Sometimes it can be painful for some women, and for me, oh gosh, it's like a lightning striking my lower abdomen, and it can be painful. But it goes away after a while as your uterus goes back to its normal size. So you may experience some cramping postpartum. So guys, this is the end of my video, and I have shared that journey, that experience, that postpartum experience with you. If you have any more questions, if you have any more comments, you know, your experience, I would like to hear your experience. Feel free to let me know. And remember to always put God first. This motherhood experience, we cannot do it without God. It does not come with a manual. It doesn't come with a set of instructions. Trust me, we need God to help us as mothers, and try to pray as much as you can, asking God for the wisdom to take care of your baby, right? She's now fussy. Okay, baby. Asking God for the wisdom to take care of your baby, to, you know, take care of your family, of your husband. Please don't neglect your husbands during this postpartum experience. They too need attention. They too need love. They too need your time. So in everything, pray and put God first. And remember, your husbands also need you. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thank you for viewing our video. We're happy that you've made it to the end. I just want to welcome our new viewers, and if you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. For those of you who are subscribed, remember to like, comment and share. So for those of you who don't know where to start, as I said, you're new, feel free to be one of our videos up there, and hope to see you again. Remember to put God first in everything you do.